Let's first see how Taehyung's natural facial features look like. He had a monolids and a big nose. After Taehyung's debut, he looked completely different than what he used to look like. His eyes became bigger, and his nose have changed too. However, few years after his debut, Taehyung have completely changed, and not just his eyes and nose that have changed, but also his bone structure looks different than before. So, what is the reason behind Taehyung's massive transformation? Is it plastic surgeries? Or, he just grew up? Taehyung had monolids, so he got an upper lip Rhinoplasty to remove the excess skin of his eyelid. His eyes used to be tight and small, but after the surgery they became wider and bigger. There is no longer fat that covers Taehyung's eyes anymore. He also got a lateral canthoplasty. His eyes became longer. This is the result of a lateral canthoplasty. His natural eyes. His eyes after an upper lip Rhinoplasty and a lateral canthoplasty. Before and after. 2 eye surgeries were not enough for Taehyung, so he got a second double eyelid surgery after few years from his first. Even though he removed the extra skin of his eyelids, but his eyes were still covered with the fat. His eyes looked droopy, and after getting the second eyelid surgery his eyes shape became prettier and more attractive. Even his left eye got a double eyelid, where in the before, both of his eyes had monolids. Before and after. His natural eyes. His eyes after the double eyelid surgery and the lateral canthoplasty. And finally, his eyes after 2 double eyelid surgeries and a lateral canthoplasty. Taehyung's nose was big, short and flat, as well as his nose bridge. He got his first nose job when he was a trainee. To make his nose smaller and longer, the plastic surgeon used a silicone implant to raise Taehyung's nose bridge. His nose bridge became narrow. Even the tip of his nose changed and became narrow. However, Taehyung's nose still looking huge. Wide. And big. So he got a second nose job. To make it smaller, notice how the tip of his nose became narrower than before. His nose also became much smaller. And his nose is no longer wide. The surgeon have replaced the old silicone implant with an L-shaped silicone implant. Look at the difference in his nose tip. It was bulbous and now it looks narrower. Before, after, and now. Taehyung's face was slim, and he did not have a sharp jawline. So he got jaw silicone implants to make his face wider. This surgery was the main reason behind Taehyung's massive change. It completely changed his face and made him look more attractive. Taehyung looks mature now, and that's because of the jaw implants he has, not because he grew up. His jaw became sharp. His face shape have changed. His face looks rounder now, where it used to have an oval shape. He also had a chin implant to have a longer chin, to get a beautiful chin that goes well with his new jaw. Before and after. Taehyung used to have a certain haircut that lasted for few years. And we rarely see him with a different hairstyle. He either has this hairstyle or wear this bandana on his forehead. We were never able to see Taehyung's forehead. And recently, Taehyung shows up with a new hairstyle that shows his forehead. And he longer covers it with bandanas or caps. This is because of the hair transplantation procedure he got. Taehyung used to have a big forehead and used to cover it with bandanas or caps, so he finally got a hair transplantation to make his forehead smaller. This is how Taehyung's forehead looked like. This emoji shows the Taehyung forehead's length difference. It's the same emoji size in both pictures. This hair is the result of hair transplantation. Taehyung got it done before the comeback. Thoughts why it looks longer. Before and after. I also believe that Taehyung got a fat transfer to make his face chubbier and healthier, since his face used to be thin. As I highly believe that he got a glutathione injections to lighten his skin color. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video inshallah. Bye bye.